Trust me, this video, I made this video very interesting and very impactful. Just make sure you watch to the very end. Okay, now we'll be looking at tangency in this class, as you can see on the screen. So first thing to do is to draw out our layout. I will make the video very interesting, as I've said. Trust me for that. So it's to draw our what? Our layout. So we start with an horizontal line. We start with an horizontal line. We start with an horizontal line. Okay, now from this horizontal line, I will pick a point. You can pick it at any point. Okay, now at this point, there is a line that comes up like this. The line goes up like this. There's a line that comes up like this. So I will measure the line. Now, in case you don't have T-square like this, you can also make use of your ruler. Just make sure you use 10 and 8. That is, if you are using 10 and 8, you do it like this. You know, the line of 10 and 8, they fall on the same path. So you make sure that the line of 10 and 8 falls on the same path. Then you rule a straight line. Then you rule a straight line. You can see. So that's for that. And you see that there is another line that comes like this, but the distance from here to that line, it was given at the up here to be what? To be 90 millimeter. So I'll measure 90 millimeter here. This is 90 millimeter here. 90 millimeter is same thing as 9 centimeter. Okay, so from here I will also rule a straight line up like this. So I will rule a straight line. You can make use of this, as I've said, and you can make use of this. You can draw a straight line like this. Anyone you prefer. But just make sure if you are using ruler, your 8 and 10 falls on this line. Okay, you notice that at this point there's another line that comes like this. So we need to get the line. So to get the line, the distance from here to this point, it was given to be 32. You see it here. So let's measure that. 32, that is 3.2 centimeter. 32 millimeter is same thing as 3.2 centimeter. Okay, so now this is our layout. We can then start to construct the circle inside. Okay, now you see that at this point there is a circle, smaller circle. There's one smaller circle and there's another bigger circle. But let me show you something quickly before we start. That whenever you see something like this, like the one that was given here, you see it around there, like the one that was given around there. Whenever you see something like this arrow stand for radius, why this stand for diameter. Okay, please take note of that. Now from here there is a smaller circle here, and the smaller circle has a diameter of what? It has a diameter of 20. So the radius will be what? The radius will be 10. The radius will be 10. So I will need to measure 10 millimeter. That is the same thing as 1 centimeter. So I'll place it here. All right, then you see that there's a bigger circle outside there. There's another bigger circle. That one has what? That one has a diameter of 40. You see it around here. The diameter was given here to be 40. So that is, the diameter was given to be 40, so that will be radius of 20. Okay, now you will see that here too we have another, we have two different circles here. The first one has a diameter of 40, you can see it here, while the bigger one has a diameter of 70, you can see it here, it was written here. So for that 40, we need to measure the radius will be 20, right? So we need to measure 20. I think it's already in 20 there, we need to measure 20. Now place it here, construct the circle. All right, so the other one has a diameter of 70, so the radius will be what? 35 millimeter, and 35 millimeter, if you divide it by 10 to convert it to centimeter, that will be 3.5 centimeter. So I'll place it here. Now I will need to construct it. If you check the diagram very well, you notice that this particular circle cross this line here. So you see that it crossed that part too. Now we are getting towards where most students are getting confused. Please like the video, like the video, like the video. All right, now there's an arc here. This is where most students get confused. External arc. Why the one here is an internal arc? Why is it called external arc? It is called external arc because if you make it complete, it will form a entire circle outside, not joining with this one. It will not form within this, but it will form outside there. So it is referred to as external arc. Okay, why the one here it is called internal? Because if I make it a complete circle, it will come like this. So it will form a circle around this. Okay, now for the external arc, I will also show you another thing that is important. Why they add, the reason why they add in external arc and do what, and subtract in internal arc. Now let's assume I'm to make this external arc here. If I'm to make it a complete circle, this is just a rough work. I just want to show you something here. Let's assume I'm to make it a complete circle, and you notice that from here to here to this point is the radius, right? Now from here to here too is the, let's assume is the radius. Okay, because permit me, they will just leave it, assume, don't mind the way I try to draw this diagram, but just to make something more just to make it clearer. Okay, so from here to here will still be the radius, right? Now we need to get to this point, which is the radius. To get the point, if I'm to come from here to mark an arc, come from here to here to mark an arc to get the midpoint, how am I going to do it? Now if I'm to come from here to here, it's no longer, you know, the radius of this arc, it was given to be 32. So if from here to here it was given to be 32, from here to here, will it be the same 32? No, because I will need to add from here to here with it. So if I'm coming from here to here like this, from here to here is 32 plus from here to here, which is the radius of this bigger circle that is here. So I will need to add it to the radius, and the radius was given to be 20. So if the radius was given to be 20, that is from here to here is 20, and from here to here was given to be 32, that will be 20 plus 32, and that will give us 52. Okay, so I'll measure 52 millimeter, and that will be 5.2 what centimeter. So I'll place it here. I will mark an arc. I will still erase this part. Oh, please leave it for now. Leave it for now. 52. So I'll place it here. I will mark an arc here. So if I'm to come from here to here too, because I want to place it here and mark another arc. Now if I'm to come, let's assume, follow, let's see if I assume this. So I will need to add from here to here was given to be 32, the radius of this arc, plus the radius of this bigger one here. That will be what? That will be 32 plus what? This bigger one that is from here to here. That will be what? 35. Because the radius of this circle here was given to be 35. That is, the diameter was 70, so the radius will be 35. And if you add them together, that will be 67. So I will mark, I will need to measure 67, then mark another arc to cut this line. Okay, so let me erase. I can then erase this rough work here. So I will need to measure 67. That will be 6.7 centimeter. So I'll place it here. I will mark another arc. All right, where they join here, where they join now is now the midpoint of the circle here. That is the midpoint of the external arc here. So I can then measure my radius. I can then measure the radius that was given, which is radius 32, and then mark the arc, because this is now the midpoint. And you know, from the midpoint to the part in the circumference, to any part in the circumference, is the radius. So I will measure 32, and that will be 3.2. So I'll place it here. I will then join them together. So that is for that. What about this part? What about this part? You see that this part, it is called internal, right? Now if I'm to make it a complete circle, take note, let's assume I'm to make it a complete circle like this. Take note, you know, let's assume the midpoint is there, and from the midpoint to any part is the radius, right? So let's assume the midpoint is here. From here to here is also the radius. Now if I'm to come from here to here, from here to here is, okay, so the radius of this internal arc, it was given to be 110. You can see it here. It was written around here, 110 millimeter. Now that is, let's take it to be this. From here to here, let's assume it is 110. From here to here, it is a 110, because from the midpoint to any part in the circumference, mind you that I said I'm just using this one as a rough work, okay, for you to understand what is being done there. So from here to here is 110. Then if I'm to move from here to here is 110. What if I'm not moving from here to here? I'm now moving from here to here. I'm now moving from here to here. So I will need to subtract from here to here away. I will need to take this away, then from here to here. So from here to here, it was given to be the radius of this circle, and the radius will be what? The radius of this circle is 20, because the diameter was given to be 40, so the radius will be 20. I will need to subtract 20 from that 110. So I will place it here, then mark an arc. Now for this part, now you know, from here to here will be 110, right? So what if I'm not moving? I'm not coming to this. I'm not moving from here to here. What if I'm moving from here to here now? So you know, I will need to take away, remove from here to here, take it away, then I'll measure from here to here. So from here to here will be what? If from here to here is 110, from here to here will be what? I will need to subtract from here to here, and from here to here is given to be the radius, and the radius is 35, right? So 35, I will subtract it from 110. Okay, so that is how we are going to do it. Whenever I put it here, mark an arc. Whenever I put it here to mark an arc, where they joined is now the radius of this internal arc. So now let's proceed. Now I will need to erase this one. So I quickly use this one to show you examples of what is being done here. So at first, if I subtract the radius of this, which is 40, which is 20 millimeter, if I subtract it from 110, I will have 90. So I'll place it here. I'll measure 90 millimeter. So I'll place it here. I will mark an arc. I will need to mark an arc here. So from here, if I subtract 35 from 110, that will be 75 millimeter. So I will measure 75 here. So 75 millimeter is something as 7.5 centimeter. So I'll place it here. I will mark another arc. Where they join now is now the midpoint of the internal arc. Okay, it's now the midpoint. So what I will do next is then measure our radius, which is 110, then mark the arc here. So the radius of 110 is in millimeter is something as 11 centimeter. So I'll then place it here. I will join them together. Now you can see that we are done with this. We are done with this. Now next thing is to dimension the work. You quickly dimension them. Please like the video, like the video, like the video, like the video, comments, share with your friend, share with your friend, share with your friend. So you see that the radius here, I mean, you can see that the diameter is 40. The distance from here to here is 32. You see that from here to here it was given here to be diameter of 40. See that from here to here that is radius of 32, and you see that this smaller circle here was given a diameter of 20, and the distance from here to here was given to be 90. It was given a radius of what? A radius of 110. So that is the end. So you can make your work bold. You can make this part bold, 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 bold. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share with your friend. See you in my next video. Thank you.